Welcome back to MMA Al Dente. I am the guy who picked Chris Lieben to defeat Uriah Hall. And I'm here to talk about Manuel Torres versus Chris Duncan. My pick for this fight doesn't mean a fucking thing to me, to be honest, but I'm going with Chris Duncan, I guess. But betting wise, I'm just staying away from this one. Staying away from it. It's they're at a pick 'em odds pretty much. If you've got a hunch who's gonna win, you may as well bet on him. But despite my pick being Chris Duncan, I'm just staying away from this because I don't know what to make of Manuel Torres. He's got one fight that's gone past round one, and it's the only fight of his that I haven't seen. The only fight that I've tried to see that I wasn't able to see. It's a split decision over a good fighter. But again, I haven't seen it. I don't know if he got tired, got hurt, or whatever, or dominated the whole way through, and it was one of those bullshit split decisions. Either way, I know in round one, he's a beast. That's where every other one of his fights is settled in round one. Most of them he's winning, but he's got two losses. Both of them are leg locks within a minute or thereabout. One's a heel hook, one's a knee bar, both in a minute, which is just phenomenal. And it might be a thing moving forward, although it stands to reason that his next loss won't be by leg lock in 1 minute. But still, moving forward, it could be his biggest weakness. The thing is, I don't think Chris Duncan's the guy to exploit that weakness. So I think he's going to have to find another way to beat Manuel Torres. When I imagine Chris Duncan win, I imagine it being a very close fight and him outpointing him down the stretch. Chris Duncan's had some good decision wins as of late, scratching and clawing for wins over Omar Morales and then Yanal Ashmouz. And Chris Duncan, I trust his cardio more because he's given me more to trust. He's also beaten some good fighters on the regional scene, gotten him out of there in round two. Not everything's round one with him, but especially winning these decisions in the UFC, I certainly trust his cardio more. His biggest liability, I'd say, is his durability. It's the one thing that's cost him a professional fight. He was knocked out by Slavakos. Slavakos caught him early in round two, though he was hurting him in round one. But that and Charlie Campbell also had him half rocked on their fight on the Contender Series, I believe. And he had him half rocked before Duncan turned things around on a dime and knocked him out. So I have a little bit of doubt, certainly, in Chris Duncan's durability. And he's going against a guy in Manuel Torres who has definite round one danger. Even if you want to make excuses for the guys he's beaten, which I do. Frank Camacho was well past it and over the hill and whatever. And Nicholas Mota has one of the shittier chins in the UFC today. But despite all the context and bullshit, I know violence when I see it. And that fucking elbow that he landed on Nicholas Mota was just a thing of beautiful. A thing of beauty. A thing of beautiful. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Anyway, I think he's the more dangerous guy, Manuel Torres, anyway, even without the one loss being by knockout to Slavakos for Chris Duncan. If anybody was to get a round one finish, I'd predict it was Manuel Torres. And as far as a longer fight and even a decision, I don't know what to make of Manuel Torres down the stretch, but I know one thing. He's going to have the crowd cheering on his side, which is half a point on the judges' scorecards fighting in Mexico. And, of course, I'm assuming he's going to be well-adjusted and accustomed to the altitude. Although I don't know the fucking geography where he's from and where the fight's at or any of this shit. I just know there's higher altitude. But I'm still taking Chris Duncan to win. I think if Duncan's chin holds up and his durability is there for him, he's going to find one way or another to slow Torres down. But again, I'm not betting on it. Just staying away from this and hoping it's a good fight. Like, share, subscribe, all that horse shit, and check out my other videos.